Hey everybody, it's Easter and we are out on the hunt for morels.
I could really use a change of scenery. Yeah. Everybody smoking all the greenery. Yeah. Close the match 'cause they were handed down to me. But I'm still fly, I know. I'm still fly, let's go. It could all be worse, I could be a hater like you. It could all be worse. Pills to make the man, but that poison's gonna kill you. From the inside out, so right now, say it with your chest now, say it with your chest now. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time to ride it. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now.
Nice little guy. Oh, there's another one. Oh, and another.
It's my time to ride it out.
And that guy's bone dry. We'll leave that guy. Heck yeah. Here's your hot tip for the day. This plant here is miner's lettuce. And miner's lettuce and morels grow in the same spots, but miner's lettuce is a whole lot easier to see than the morel. So if you're driving down the road and come across a burn and start seeing patches of this miner's lettuce, that is a good place to start your search.
Close to make the man, but that poison's gonna kill you. From the inside out, it's time to say it with your chest now, say it with your chest now. I'm young, I'm free, can't
Very nice.
nobody take me here.
Hey, what's that? Orange peel mushroom. Usually you only see these in the fall. Wait a minute. No, that's just an actual orange peel. Ham and cheese stick. Get that recipe on the channel. There goes E. Willikers, way down there. I bet you he's found 10 times more than me. That guy is a master scavenger. Second tip of the day, if you see E. Willikers, find out which direction he's going, get about 10 yards ahead of him and start picking out those mushrooms ahead of him and you'll do pretty good. And it's funny. Here we are in the beautiful nettle fields, trying to pick some nice tender nettles to cook up. These things are actually really good if you can get the very young ones or just the tender tips that are still nice and soft. Those are very good too. And this stuff will sting you pretty good, so you might want to wear gloves. But yeah, oh boy, that stings. Doesn't bother me too much, so I don't worry about gloves. But you might want to wear long sleeves and gloves if you're gonna do this. Let's get a real good look at this nettle plant so you know what you're after. It's all one long straight stem on a nettle plant. The leaves, really jagged sawtooth leaf. Got kind of purple stems as they get older. And the leaves get a little purple too. And it's the underside of these leaves that gets you. It's all covered in very tiny little thorns that stick you. Makes you feel like you jammed your arm into a batch of fiberglass insulation or something. And here is what that nettle irritation looks like. Kind of like mosquito bites, but they sting and burn quite a bit more. Doesn't last very long, so I don't worry about it, but that's really going to upset your kids, so you probably want to sleeve them up. if you're gonna bring them out here and pick this stuff. Just a quick note here, I was pretty cavalier when picking this stinging nettle, and while the stinging went away after about an hour, this arm was essentially asleep for the entire next day. So be careful with this stuff. This one here is starting to get a little seedy and crinkly. Not gonna bother with that. But this guy right over here, still nothing but leaves. That one's good to go. Oh yeah, I can feel that in my fingertips. That's a nice one right there. Oh yeah. If you get them real early and they're small, the stems are really nice to cook up too. These are getting a little older, so mostly just getting those tips. That one's pretty good. It's got a nice soft stem on it still. That'll be good. And right here is going to be your main nettle imposter when you're out here. This is just some young, fresh blackberry, but it's pretty easy to tell the difference. This one grows on a big, long stem, of course, and has thorns all over it. Also, let's see here. Let's see, the nettle leaves grow in pairs, alternating, and the blackberry leaves grow in threes. You can see those leaves are pretty similar though. Blackberry has these extra cutouts right here, but it is pretty easy to tell the difference once you get out here and start picking these. And if you get a few of these blackberries in there, they're not going to hurt you anyway. I've got us a few nice fiddleheads left out here too. We're definitely going to snatch some of those up. Well, sure as I am that all this nettle picking is riveting entertainment, I think it's time we head back and make something delicious with these. So we've got all of our delicious nettles home now. The first thing I'm going to do is give them a really good rinse, and then I'm going to give them a quick blanch in some boiling water. That's just going to lock in that freshness and beautiful color. I've got my water boiling hard right here, and I want to keep this cranked up to high so when I throw in the nettles, it stays as hot as possible. I've also got a bowl of ice water ready to go because the nettles are only going to be in here for about a minute, and then I want to get them cooled down quick to stop the cooking. Now what this is going to do is eliminate any stinginess from those nettles, and it's also going to help to preserve the bright green color and make these so I can freeze them. So let's get these right down into the water. Oh, I got a couple of fiddleheads down on the bottom. Now I'm just going to give this about 1 minute. That'll do. And now I just want to scoop these out and get them into my ice bath. These are nice and hot all the way through. Oh yeah. Right into the ice. I got a couple of more batches to do, then we'll get the water all squoze out of these, and then we'll be ready to use them for all kind of recipes. Oh, these are nice and cold now, and now I just want to press a lot of the water out of those. There we go, just squeeze out a bunch of that water. Now, these nettles are ready to freeze or just cook any way you like. Even just like this, blanched and cold, dressed with some soy sauce and sesame oil and a little bit of vinegar is banging. I love that. And these things really do taste delicious. Just a little bit of salt on there. Check out that bite. It's really very good. It's comparable to spinach, but it's a lot more dense and filling when you eat it. It's great stuff. So if you're out there in the spring and you come across a big patch of nettles, don't pass them up, because in this case, the pain is definitely worth the payoff. Thanks for watching.